How's it going, you guys? In today's video we're going to be going over everything that I've done on the truck since my previous video, from painting the cage here to doing the light bar there and some other work on the back, some random stuff throughout the truck. And I'll address this real quick, you guys. You'll see at the start of the video the truck is completely torn down, which I did have to do to paint the cage, which I'll be doing in this video as well. Let's get straight into it, guys. I've been working on putting these pegs on here for our rear tires. And then on the front, I've mounted the light bar. I used the previous mount up here, and you can see I've mounted it in the middle as well a bit there. And then I've also put on the valence actually, so I've made quite a bit of progress. I didn't like how my welds looked, so I just used an angle grinder and cut that down. And then next thing we're gonna have to do is put our little posts in there, so that'll give it a bit more support so it doesn't bend. Okay, so there's the one side done here. You can see it goes down just like that, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I would make some big beefy welds, but I want it to look tidy, and smaller welds is probably tidier, so I'm gonna do what I can, but I'm just gonna leave it as small welds there. Okay, so here's a quick walk around of the truck. We have the valence on, and I know this doesn't look very scale, but this is really going to be very important to not having that front tire taking hard hits. So we'll see if the tire rubs on here. Actually, I don't think it will. I think it's like that, but I hope it doesn't. Otherwise, the light bar is on there pretty good. And if we come to the back here, I have these on. So just little screw down points there. And then later I might come out here and put some body mounts on, but I don't know if I want to really. I want to repaint the cage, but I won't repaint it with either of the colors that I've done, I don't think. I might do black, but I wasn't really digging the silver. It's alright, it's good color, but I want to do some gunmetal gray or something like that, but you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. Now I've just come down to my workshop to check the fitment of the rear tires, spare tires. It's pretty good on there. I gotta be careful about adding weight. I want to add a little bit more support down here, maybe across in between there, just so it doesn't bend, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I just don't want to add too much weight in case the springs can't hold it, because they already are fairly tightened down, but we'll see. Just getting those on there was pretty good. And I'll show you guys real quick the fitment of these. It's pretty good. The body clip here, we'll pull it back a little bit so it fits better, but just like that. And then the light bar looks pretty good on there, and the front lines up pretty good there too, so it's a lot better than it was before, and I think that looks good. So the next thing I went ahead and did here is I marked out where the screws are going to go for the chassis plate. I'm putting some fresh ones on there, and then it'll look a lot better. Should be pretty strong. I'm gonna make sure I get a good solid weld though, because this part needs to be very strong because it's supporting everything on the truck, right? Okay, so I did a few things off camera here, and the first thing I did took a while actually. I used one of those heat strip guns, the hot air guns, to strip all this paint off, and I used a wire brush there actually, and it worked pretty good. And the reason why I did that is because I got some new paint that I'm going to use, and it should look a little more realistic. It's a bit like a shiny metallic color, and it'll make it waterproof, so it's not going to rust like it did previously, but it'll look a little more realistic than that flat silver kind of look. Let's go and paint this thing, and then I'll bring it back to the bench. Okay, so the paint I'm using here is metallic Rust-Oleum oil rubbed bronze, and it should look like that on the lid, which I think will look really good. I dropped over $20 on this one can of paint, so it better be really good. It's because it's a advanced formula. This better be good. I don't want to redo this. I hope it comes through on video. But that's like a really nice metallic-y color. I really like it. It's exactly what I wanted. A dark color to look like a real trophy truck, but very scale, and it's still drying a little bit, but it's dry enough to the touch, and it should look really good. So I could start putting lights on probably now. We'll see though. I'm gonna have to reassemble the truck, and I think this will look really good with those carbon fiber body panels that I have. Okay, so I've been working pretty hard to get the truck reassembled. I love the color. It's really nice. It doesn't absorb the light. It kind of reflects it a bit. And if we go close here, I don't know if my camera will let me focus, but you guys can see it's really nice color, and I think it'll complement these panels really well with that carbon fiber. I'm gonna work on cleaning up some of the panels because some of them are pretty dirty. But yeah, another thing that I've done is I've been using these new screws that one of my friends gave me. He gave me a whole pack. It's a kit for an SCX10. But yeah, this new hardware will look good, and the silver hardware will probably contrast the darker colors as well a bit. So I'm gonna work on that for a bit, and I'll get you guys an update once I'm done. Alright, you guys, I've been working on this truck for so long now. I've got the lights in the light bar there. I put some window nets on. Let's see, what else did I do? I put the rear fans on there. I was checking fitment and everything previously. Here's what we're looking at, y'all. This thing is a unit. Another thing that I went ahead and did, and this did take me a while and did it off camera, just for that reason, is mount that light bar on there. I made some sketchy mounts that go around the back there, and yeah, otherwise it's pretty good. Put this back on with the fan. So the whole truck's been rebuilt, and it looks amazing with that paint. The paint's not as strong as I thought it would be because it's been flaking off and stuff, and well, not flaking, but you can scrape it off. You can see maybe there, but anyway. That's it for today's video, you guys. If you enjoyed, let me know. If you didn't, let me know what I can improve on. And as always, we will see you in the next video.